these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me big poppin'. Money in the bank, coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me what the tap.
What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the bar. It's your favorite goss and doctender, that girl Henny, and I'm here to give you your hot shot of some court docs and some hot goss right now. So, peace and prosperity. What is going on? Let me get some of these other folks up because I know that they have been waiting for me to go live because I told them on IG that I was going to go live. And they've been waiting patiently and impatiently, if I know the Henny Yang. Okay. So tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. We're not really going to get into all of the rigmarole of celebrity gossip and topics because I feel like we talk about enough celebrity stuff every day. We follow celebrities and we keep up with what they do and we keep up with their lives, but there's some real life stuff that is going on around us every single day. Bear with me one moment. I'm trying to post, which I didn't actually do beforehand, which I should have done. Let me get the snipers up in here. Okay. And we're going to get into some real life Henny. All right. Tonight, we're going to be talking about a real life. Thank you so much. I see people posting already in the groups. I got it. Yes, everybody is aware. So tonight, we're going to be talking about three cases that are going on right now. Topics of conversation that should be discussed that we need to really get into. One of those is going to be that of Jeanita Hopings. I believe that's how you say her name, Hopings. Jeanita stands accused of slicing open her boyfriend's tennis balls. We don't know what Jeanita did. We don't know how she did what she stands accused of doing. We don't know why she did what she did, but apparently out there in Ohio, she now has a warrant for this. Okay. Let's see, what else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about Brandon Paul. Now, if you have been following me over on Twitch, then you know that I began discussing Brandon Paul with y'all over there, but then I kind of did not talk about it. That was a hard case for me to digest, if I'm going to be honest with you. And there's a lot of moving parts. Now, that case, the Brandon Paul case, was the first time that I decided I was going to cover a real life court TV case that was going on. And so I did not follow it how I felt like I should have followed it, which means that I would have been coming to you guys every day, giving y'all all of the information and the Henny on that case. But if you aren't following over on Twitch, or you're new here, or you happen to miss that cast when it happened, Brandon Paul is a Tennessee man who was convicted. He doesn't even stand accused anymore. He's convicted of unaliving not only his baby mama, but also unaliving his 2-day-old baby by throwing her into the Mississippi River. Yes. Tonight is going to be a heavy one for y'all, just so y'all know. And then finally, we're going to talk about A. Marie, which is the 5-year-old girl whose story is going viral all over TikTok. Now, A. Marie is a resident of Ohio, and she was left in the care of family. While in the care, she disappeared, and she was found violated. Okay. I found information that is disturbing that I am going to talk about and discuss with you guys as it pertains to this case. But I do have to warn y'all, it is pretty graphic. Okay. It is pretty graphic what happened to her. But I just feel like if we could spend all of this time talking about celebrities and getting all up in their drama and pulling their court docs, that we should be able to talk about some real life situations that are going on right up underneath our noses. And I feel like these 3 cases are the perfect cases to actually get started with. Now, I'm going to start with Brandon Isabelle, because Brandon's case is very complex. All right. Let me just say that. It's a lot of moving pieces. He was already on trial. He was already found guilty. All right. A jury found him guilty. He was sentenced to life in prison. Now, If you don't know who Brandon is, let me get you guys acquainted with him. So, Brandon worked at FedEx, okay? And while he was working at FedEx, hold up, let me back up. Nope, I'm going to give it to y'all later. While he was working at FedEx, he met and started sleeping with Danielle Hoyle. Sorry, I can never get her name out correctly. They had a physical relationship. During the course of their physical relationship, I guess things didn't work out. They broke up and he started dating Artasia. Now, Artasia, he felt like was the absolute picturesque, perfect woman for him. And these are not my words. These are the words of the prosecutors. Henny Glasses in the chat if you would like for me to play the opening argument for you, or if you, because we got a lot of video if we start doing this. And in all honesty, I think over on Bar and Crime, I might just lay this video out for y'all and give y'all everything. But we're going to talk about it over here, okay? So, he met Artasia. He was very smitten with Artasia. They began seeing one another. And during the course of he and Artasia's relationship, Danielle discovered that she was pregnant. Now, Brandon did not bother to, as far as we know, have any discussions about not wanting the baby or any of that. He waited until she was 5 months pregnant, Danielle, to text message her and tell her, hey, let's just, correct our mistake. Hey, Queen Petty is a member. Welcome to the other side. Now he tries to persuade her at 5 months pregnant to terminate the pregnancy. Of course, at this point in time, Danielle is like, no, I don't want nothing from you, just going about your business, basically. Now, the tee and the what the moment in this whole story is that while he was dating Danielle and dating Artasia, Brandon was married to a whole nother woman. Dun, dun, dun. I know, right? So he's a married man. Even though they were separate and they weren't living together, he was married to a whole nother woman while this is going on. But Artasia was the girl he was smitten with. So, of course, at some point in time, he had filed for divorce. But to this date, as far as I know, the divorce has never been final. So as far as we know, he's still married. Child, to his first baby mama, because he does have another child with that other baby mama. Now, Artasia, she was pissed. Okay. She wasn't having it. She starts telling Brandon, I don't want to deal with another baby mama. I don't want to deal with another child. And so me and you can't be together. All right. Meanwhile, Danielle, she's preparing for her baby. Her family's all excited. Now, Danielle has another little girl. And so, the mom got on the stand and she testified and said that they didn't think that Danielle was going to have any more children. So when she popped up pregnant, the family was excited and supportive of her, right? So they're preparing for the baby. And so this was, COVID was still kind of a thing at the time because this is taking place in 2022. And when Danielle went into labor, the mom testified and said that Danielle wanted Brandon to be there. As the father of the child, she wanted him to be there. So she goes off to the hospital. She's calling her mom. She's checking in. Everything is good. She delivers the baby, and Brandon is there when she delivers the baby. Her and the baby get discharged, and they go home. At some point in time, and I want to make sure I have the timeline correctly. She gave birth to the baby. I believe it was on January 31st. Let me make sure, because, I want to make sure I've got my days right. Gave birth to the baby on January 31st. February 1st is Brendan's birthday. So now February 2nd, Danielle, the baby, they're home. Danielle gets a phone call from Brandon. He wants to meet with her. He tells her that he has stuff for the baby and lures her out the house. She tells her mom that she had to take the baby back to the hospital. Now, the mom says she didn't think anything of it because a similar situation had happened to her when she gave birth to Danielle's brother. So Danielle goes off, meets up with Brandon. Brandon has her meet him at a gas station. He has her drive down a one-way dead-end street. And down that one-way dead-end street, Brandon shoots Danielle in the head and face. And leaves her face down in a ditch. He then proceeds to snatch the baby, whose name is Kennedy, out the car with her car seat and drives off with her. Now, during testimony, there was video that was shown of Brandon on street traffic cam, driving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, before he finally went to a boat ramp at the Wolf's River, where the Mississippi River meets with the Wolf's River in Tennessee. He gets out of the car, he throws his gun in the river, and chucks 2-day-old baby Kennedy into the river as well. His own child. Now, the sad part for me was watching his confessional, okay? Because Brandon was sleeping like a baby, okay, when the police came in there to talk to him. And then they tried to get information out of him, and he refused to give up any information or whatever. The second time they come in there, they're finally able to get him to admit that he did what he did to Danielle and the baby. Now, I'm going to play for y'all some of his confessional, because if y'all think that I just made that up, is this the one? No. It's this one. Now, I will warn you that it is graphic, and I am going to also warn you that it may be a little hard to hear, because they were playing this in court, and while they were playing it in court, it was just kind of like, I don't know if they were playing it too loud. And so because they were playing it too loud, it made it hard for you to understand what was going on. I'm trying to get my screen together, because this is not how I had my screen. But anyway, let's get into Brandon and his confession to the police.
Is there anything else that you could think of? How did things happen out there? In the field, I was scared. I thought.
You can't really hear him. Let's skip ahead a little bit.
Don't act like you was comforting that baby that you're about to throw in the river. But at this point, you don't give a fuck about that child. You carry that baby down there by the legs and be away. Okay. You carry that on that demonstrate how you put her in the river. How you talk her in the river. Get up, stand up. If you want. You got to take it on there. Okay. She all had no more. This one, okay. So like that down there, and that's her right by the knee. And so you kind of side for her. Side for her.
Did y'all see that? He sighed through his own child into the river. Side through her. Let me look. grabbed her by her leg, and threw her. Then they asked him another series of questions, and this one you guys can probably hear a little bit better.
How did she get in the water? Place it down there. How did she get in the water? Place it down there. How did she get in? Who placed it in the water, Brandon? You put it in the water. Okay. Did you put it in the water or did you toss it into the water? You tossed it into the water. Did she float away or did she sink? So let me ask you a question. Did she come out of that seat? So you threw her in the water. Huh? You threw her in the water. So you don't know where she or the seat went, do you? How far to the water did you throw her? It didn't go as far as it goes.
He said, "How far did you throw her?" And he said, "It didn't go as far as the gun." Baby Kennedy was 2 days old. And do you want to know what he did? What family? Oh, his family. Okay, I was about to say, not her family. You want to know what he did after that? After shooting his baby mama in the face and head and throwing his 2-day-old baby into the river, which, mind you, by the way, he was speaking to Artasia the whole time this was going on. The whole time. He's texting her. Now, he says Artasia doesn't know anything about it, but I have my own theories on things, and y'all know that. Now, I do have Artasia, which she did go and she testified. And guess what? Artasia testified for the state. She didn't even testify on Brendan's behalf, which I really didn't expect her to, but she testified. And after Brandon chucked baby Kennedy into the cold, dark water of the Mississippi, where the Wolf River and the Mississippi meets, Brandon drove to a local Walgreens where he proceeded to buy gifts for Artasia. Now, you want to know what portion Artasia played in all of this? Child, get ready. Because, oh, we have Artasia. Let me see. I'm trying to find her. We have Artasia. Let me just close this out because we've already played that. Let me see if I can get this open for y'all real quick. Because, yeah, we have Artasia on the stand. And after he brought Artasia some gifts, Brandon proceeded to go to the Walmart, the local Walmart, and leave the baby's car seat by a dumpster. So now let's listen to Artesia's account of things. It is a 23-minute video, but it's we're going to be doing commentary in between that as well. But let me get her up here on this screen for y'all. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Okay, here we go. Now let me make this big so y'all can see it.
Could you please state and spell your name for the jury?
My name is Artesia Stewart. That's spelled Artesha. Stewart, Stewart.
And how old are you, Stewart?
I'm 27.
Have you always lived in Memphis?
Yes.
And where do you work?
I'm working at FedEx right now.
How long have you worked at FedEx?
On and off, roughly, I want to say since I was 9.
And do you have any children?
Yes.
How many?
1.
And what's your child's name?
Aaliyah.
And how old is she?
4.
to 2021, where were you living at that time?
Living with my mom.
And where was that?
Hold on, let's fast forward a little bit through this.
Where, I'm sorry.
He lived in Cordova.
How many?
One. Zaria.
Now, did they have each other separated?
Yes.
And do you recall what her name was?
Yes.
What is her name?
Zaria.
Now, Zaria is Brandon's wife.
Now, did they have any children?
Yes.
How many?
One.
And what was that child's name?
Kingston.
And do you recall back in 2021, early 2022, how old Kingston was?
5.
Kingston is the child that Brandon has with his wife, Zaria.
Now, you said that you had one child, Aaliyah. Is Brandon Aaliyah's father?
No.
Did you have Aaliyah before you were in a relationship with Brandon?
Yes.
So we've
Now-
established that.
And at that point in time, had he moved to a different place?
Yes.
Where was he living then?
His parents.
Did they also live in Cordova?
Yes.
And were they in a house or an apartment?
House.
Now, did you know someone by the name of Danielle Hoyle?
Yes.
How did you know Danielle?
Through Brandon.
Did Danielle also work with you guys at FedEx?
Yes.
And did you become aware that the defendant and Danielle had had a sexual relationship at some point?
Yes.
Now, while you and the defendant were dating, did you and Danielle have any confrontations?
Yes.
And when you say confrontations, what are you talking about?
More so of a he say, she say confrontation type thing.
Are we talking physical confrontations?
No.
Are we talking verbal confrontations?
Yes.
Did those happen face to face?
No.
Okay, so to answer Goddess's question, no. Artasia and Brandon do not have any children together. How many women was he messing with? It's alleged that he was using FedEx as a dating pool for himself. But in this particular scenario, it's his wife, which he was no longer with. It's Danielle and it's Artasia.
How would those happen?
Through like someone would say something, bring it back to me. She would say, I would say something, then bring it back to her.
And would some of this
Passion.
stuff occur like over text messages?
Yes.
So Danielle and Artasia, which is to be expected, they work in the same place. Everybody knows he was dealing with Danielle and now he's dealing with Artasia. So now there was some back and forth that was going on. Some he say, she say. Danielle, somebody go to Danielle and say something. Danielle respond, and then they would go and they would take it back to Artasia. Artasia would then respond, and they take it back. So it was a he say, she say, back and forth between Danielle and Artasia. Now remember, this is the woman that he's dating that he felt was the perfect one for him. And I'm just going to say it out loud. Her demeanor about all of this is just so nonchalant, especially for her to be a mother. Like, it's like she has no feeling, no emotion, no nothing connected to this at all.
Now, did you become aware during that time period that you were dating the defendant that Danielle was pregnant?
Yes.
And what did the defendant tell you about Danielle
Who
as
did?
far as the paternity of her baby?
He wasn't sure if the baby was his or not.
Did he tell you that there was a possibility it was his?
Yes.
Now, this is a typical response that somebody is going to say. A man is going to say, I don't know if the baby is mine or not. Okay. And so she's rolling with it. But her face is just so stonewalled. It was very disturbing for me to watch.
So I want to go to mid-January of 2022. What was the status of your relationship with the defendant?
We were broken up.
Is that something that had occurred multiple times in your relationship,
Yes.
breaking up and getting back together?
Yes.
Was it sort of a constant of your relationship?
Yes.
Did you and the defendant have nicknames for each other?
Yes.
What were they?
Pudding and waffle and cookie.
And so who was Cookie
Me.
and who was Pudding?
Brandon.
And is it fair for me to assume Wifey was you as well?
Yes.
Have the two of you talked about getting married at some point?
Yes.
Did he at some point give you a promise ring?
Yes.
How you talking about marrying somebody? Oh, you got a commercial uniquely? I know it's annoying, but yay. So he gives her a promise ring. He's talking about marrying her, but he's still married to Zaria. Remember that.
Now, in late January, how far along was Danielle in her pregnancy?
About to give birth in January.
Okay. And during that time period, how would you describe your relationship with the defendant?
Can you repeat that?
Okay, during that time period, late January, how would you describe your relationship with Mr. Isabelle? Was everything great? Were you guys still doing your breakup, get back together? Just describe for the jury what the status was.
Yeah, break up and get back together.
Is it fair to say it was a little rocky?
Yes.
And during that time period, did you start seeing other guys?
Yes.
Did the defendant find out about that?
Yes.
Now, how did you feel about the defendant possibly having another child?
I wasn't too fond of it. Wasn't sure about continuing to date.
I wasn't too fond of it. It wasn't sure about continuing to date him. Mm-hmm.
And did you express that to him?
Yes.
Did the two of you text pretty frequently?
Yes.
What was your phone number at that time?
It was 901-896-5848.
Now I want to take you to the early morning of January 31st of 2022. Were you and the defendant texting with each other?
Yes.
What was going on in those early morning hours?
I want to say he was with Danielle and I was at home, and we pretty much talked that morning after he was at the hospital.
Okay, so
he's at the hospital with Danielle. She's giving birth to their daughter, and he's texting Artasia. Seems typical. Female is having a baby. They're not together. So he's texting with his girlfriend, keeping her up to speed, or the woman that he's trying to rectify the relationship with. Everything seems normal, right? Pay attention.
we'll get to that. So early morning, January 31st of 2022. Are you and the defendant texting back and forth?
Yes.
And what is your understanding as to where he is at that time?
He's at the hospital.
Was Danielle having the baby?
Yes.
And what was the tone of your text messages at that point?
Pretty much more so me being upset and him being upset, and pretty much me being over the relationship.
I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing her. If you could just ask her to keep her voice up.
Keep your voice up. Thank you. Thank you.
So Danielle's giving birth to the baby, and she's upset, and he's upset about this.
Could you repeat what you just said? That last sentence?
The last sentence, pretty much over the relationship.
They're upset about the relationship, and the reason they're upset about the relationship is because she's having this baby, and she doesn't want him to have a baby with her.
Now, you mentioned that later that morning, after Kennedy was born, you met up with the defendant. Is that right?
Yes.
And where did you guys meet up?
Mud out.
Was that somewhere that you had met up in the past?
Yes.
And why did you meet up there?
To talk to the defendant.
Were you talking about your relationship?
Yes.
Now, Mud Island, think about this. Mud Island is the exact place where Brandon went to dispose of 2-day-old Kennedy. Put a pin in that. So they met at Mud Island to talk about their relationship, and Brandon later returned to that same exact location to get rid of his baby.
At that point, did anything get resolved?
No.
Did you want the defendant to get a paternity test on Kennedy?
Yes.
And did you actually end up buying a paternity test for him?
Yes.
And where did you buy that?
Walgreens.
And did you get that paternity test to the defendant?
Yes.
Where did you take it?
Well, he took it. I took it to him at the hospital.
Did y'all hear that? She went and bought a paternity test from Walgreens herself, then took it to the hospital where Danielle was to give it to him for him to swab the baby.
Now, I'm going to take you to the night of February 1st of 2022. Where were you at the beginning of that evening?
At the beginning of that evening, I was at home.
And is that at the Stacy Roadhouse?
Yes.
And what were you doing?
Pretty much just planning my daughter's birthday, my birthday, just at home.
Now, at the beginning of the evening, did you have Aaliyah?
Yes.
Did you keep her the whole night?
No.
Where did she go?
With her father.
Did he come pick her up?
Yes.
And later that night, did you end up going out?
Yes.
Now, before you went out, were you supposed to meet Mr. Isabelle that evening?
Yes.
Do you remember about what time that was supposed to happen?
6.
And where were you supposed to meet?
At my house.
So to answer this question, because that is a good question. So did he cheat on her, or did she come after conception? She came after conception. And during the relationship with Brandon, she and Brandon both learned that Danielle was pregnant. And Artasia, who is on the stand right now testifying, didn't want to have anything to do with Brandon. She didn't want to deal with him. She didn't want to deal with a baby mama. She didn't want to deal with another baby because Brandon was still married to Zaria and already had a child with Zaria. Oh yeah, there's a lot of layers to this. This is why we started with this one first. And then we're going to work our way through the other ones because the other ones are fairly quick. So I wanted to get this one done first and then do the last two.
Why were you meeting?
He wanted to talk to me and my mom about our relationship.
Do you know why you wanted to talk to your mom?
With her finding out about Danielle having a baby. So she found out about him having a baby, him being separated, and she felt like there was no more of the relationship that needed to be. So I guess with her knowing, he wanted to talk to me and her about it.
Are you and your mom close?
Yes,
Is she a protective mom?
yes,
Does she want the best for you?
yes.
Now, did he ever show up to that meeting?
No,
Was there anything significant about February 1st?
it was Brandon's birthday.
So again, there goes the confirmation of the timeline. Kennedy was born on January 31st. Brendan's birthday was February 1st. By February 2nd, baby Kennedy is dead. She dated him for 1 year.
And do you recall how old he was turning in 2022?
25, 26.
Now, throughout that night of February 1st, 2022, did the defendant text you?
Yes,
We talked about this a little bit, but did you stay at Stacy Road all night?
no.
Where did you go?
I went to my cousin's house,
And what's your cousin's name?
my Asia.
Is she your blood cousin?
No, we just grew up together.
Is she someone you've known for a long time?
Yes,
And was it early evening that you went to see Myasia or later? Do you remember?
late evening, I want to say around 10 o'clock.
And why were you going to meet Myasia?
I went to give her a deposit for my nails for my birthday.
And where did Myasia live at that time?
I can't give the direct address, but it was between North 2nd and Chelsea
And was she living in a house or apartments?
apartment.
At that time, what kind of car were you driving?
A 2018 Kia Soul.
Do you recall about how long you stayed at Myasia's?
Until 11.
And where
Before she asks her the next question, what I find so interesting is you can remember around what time you stayed at her house till, but you can't remember her address, right? Mm-hmm.
did you go after that?
I was headed to Dixie Queen
Why were you going to Dixie Queen?
to get some meat.
Now, during this night, are you still texting with Mr. Isabelle?
Yes,
Do you recall if he asked you to get anything at Dixie Queen?
yes,
Was that a little out of the ordinary?
yes.
Why is that?
He normally doesn't eat Dixie Queen.
Now,
Good question.
when you were
Probably
still out and about, did Mr. Isabelle share his location with you?
Yes,
Do you recall where that location was?
Walgreens at Elms Privilege and Rains.
Was that something that the two of you normally did in your relationship, share locations?
No,
Was it odd to you?
yes,
Now, he shared his location with her once he was at the Walgreens buying her a gift.
Back at that time, what kind of vehicle did the defendant drive?
a Chevy Malibu,
And do you remember what color it was?
white.
I'm going to show you a picture, Exhibit 68, and see if
Hey,
you recognize
Kristen.
it. Do you recognize that vehicle?
Yes,
Is that Brandon Isabelle's Chevy Malibu?
yes,
Beyonce.
Was he driving it that night?
yes.
Did the two of you arrange to meet up?
Yes,
And where were you going to meet?
my house.
Now, who got to your house first?
Brandon.
Yes, because remember, after he threw baby Kennedy in the river and shot Danielle in the face and head, he went to Walgreens and brought this girl a gift and then went to her house.
And when you pulled up, where was he?
In my house.
Was he inside or outside?
Outside.
Was he coming out of the house or was he standing outside?
Coming out of the house.
And what happened when he came out of the house?
I was trying to park my car normally under the tree where his car is located. I tried to park my car right there.
Let me stop you just 1 second. Let me go back to exhibit.
Okay, I don't care about all of that. So that's Brandon's car.
And what happened next?
I was trying to get him to move his car so I can park to have him drive his car because he told me that he went and got gas. I didn't have any gas in my car. So when I told him to move his car, he told me we didn't have the time to move my vehicle. So we had to drive my car.
And where were you going?
To his mom's house.
Why?
He told me that he got a call from Danielle's brother and that Danielle was missing and that he wanted to talk to Brandon about Danielle's whereabouts.
And so you left Stacy to go to, and to be clear, are we talking about Mr. Isabel's mom's house?
Yes,
And is that the house in Cordova?
yes.
And who was driving?
Me,
And to be clear, whose car were you in?
my car.
So now let me give you the context of what has happened. She is now talking about after the baby and Danielle have been murdered by Brandon. And I don't know what he bought her from Walgreens. What did he buy her? A teddy bear and some chocolates? Like, what are you buying her? Now, the thing is, I'm going to let her finish what she got to say because it's only a couple more minutes left. But the thing is, she is not charged with anything, believe it or not.
How was he behaving when you were in the car?
He was pretty much on his phone a lot, texting a lot.
Having been in a relationship with him for a while, was he acting like he usually did?
No.
What happened when you got to his parents' house?
When we got to his parents' house, he went in. I stayed in the car for a minute, and then I got out. And when we went inside, Brandon was crying to his parents.
When you got to their house, did you have any weapons with you?
Yes,
What did you have with you?
I had my Smith & Wesson 40 caliber and a lime green bat.
And why did you have this with you?
After the phone call that Brandon's father had with Danielle's brother, that I think he got a text from some guy named Cortez, and he said that they was going to come.
Just a second. There's an objection?
Withdrawn.
Go ahead, please.
He received a text message from someone named Cortez, and that they said they was going to come and do something. So, with my defense, I went and got my weapons out of my car.
Now, did you normally have?
So she went and got her lime green bat and her pum to defend him because Danielle's peoples said they was coming to come do something to Brandon. Now, I think we've heard enough testimony from Miss Mamas, but I'm going to tell you right now, okay? she sat up there cold, stone faced. All right. Now I came across another content creator who had covered this case when it first happened. And apparently, Artasia and Zaria, which is Brandon's wife, have had some exchanges. And Zaria expressed that she did not want her child around Artasia, which it would be wonderful if I could try to get a hold of her so she could do a conversation with Henny and let us know about what's what and who's who. Now, Brenda's defense team did try to say that Artasia was involved to some degree. And I just personally feel like she was the mastermind behind all of this, okay? When we start talking about men and children and women and situations and moving on and wanting to hold on to somebody, women hold a lot of power. But you have women who have this like enchantress spirit to them where they could get people to kind of like do whatever it is that they want them to do. And it seems like to me, I agree with a lot of y'all, Artasia was more involved than what she's letting on. And Brandon has not said anything, okay? He didn't testify, which was smart on his behalf to not testify in this. And, you know, what she was testifying to was what she played her parts. The fact that her, as a woman, decided to get herself so involved that she actually went to the Walgreens herself, purchased a DNA test, brought it to the hospital, met him downstairs in the parking lot, and gave him the DNA test for him to take upstairs and swab his, at that point in time, 1-day-old baby, shows that she really was hoping that this baby came back to not be his. Now, what makes this even more diabolical is not only was Brandon texting her as all of this was going down, he's texting her, and they never told us what he was texting. They just said he was still texting her, right? And the fact that he shared his location with her after the fact. It's also, they met at the very same location where the baby would meet her demise at 2 days old. And they say that that conversation was about their relationship. And while Zaria has expressed sorrow for what happened to Danielle and her baby, she's condemned Brandon for what he did to Danielle and Kennedy. Artasia has not. Even sitting on the stand, she's cold as ice, no emotion. You're talking about what he did after the fact of disposing of his child and his child's mother. I'm going to go ahead and play the rest of this while we talk, because I want y'all to see that at no point in time does Miss Mamas leave from up there. Look, yes, she doing a lot of, I know y'all, never mind, y'all want to see, I know.
There,
Okay.
Were the police called?
Yes.
And do you recall who called the police?
Yes.
Who was it?
Brandon's mom.
And did officers arrive on the scene?
Yes.
Were you eventually taken down to the homicide office downtown?
Yes.
And did you give a statement to them?
Yes.
Do you remember how long you were there?
Yes.
How long?
8 hours.
Now, did you end up giving the police your phone?
Yes.
And did you agree to allow them to search it?
Yes.
I'm going to show you a couple of photographs and see if you recognize them. We'll take a look at those. Do you recognize those photos?
Yes.
And are those photos of your car that you were driving that night?
Yes.
Did the police actually totally search your car?
Yes.
Okay. Homegirl never once sheds a tear. She never once shows any emotion. She never once shows any care or concern about what happened to Danielle. Now, I'm speculating, and this is alleged because I don't know. I wasn't there. But would it be so far-fetched to believe that they met up at that river and discussed what was to go down? Because what are the odds that he would return to the same spot to dispose of his baby? What are the odds? Child. Okay. She was there for 8 hours and they couldn't prove she had something to do with it. She probably didn't outright have something to do with it, but she was behind it. She was part of the motivation, the motive. No, they met at that spot prior to the baby going into the river. And the way that he describes putting this baby in the river, I am surprised that the jury didn't come back with the death penalty for this man. But he was ultimately sentenced. He was found guilty by a jury. The judge sentenced him to life in prison. So Brandon is now spending life in prison for the rest of his life. It is also said that Brandon has been put in protective custody. So he's not in general population. He's in protective custody because people are on his ass about what he did to his daughter. Now, Danielle's mother gave a very powerful testimony because when we talk about Danielle coming home from the hospital, the mom said Danielle was there. She only got to spend an hour with her brand new granddaughter. They still to this day have not recovered baby Kennedy's remains from the river, which I would assume that the current carried her away. You're talking about a space where the what was it called? The Wolf River and the Mississippi meet. So when you have two bodies of water that are meeting somewhere, the current is very strong. And he grabbed the baby and chucked her by her foot into that river. And the only thing that was left behind that they knew she was there was her baby cap. They found her little baby cap that you put on the baby's head when the baby's brand new, freshly born. And that is all the family has to remember the baby by, aside from all of the things that Danielle bought to prepare for her baby. This should be a lesson to everyone. If this person that you are with is still married, run. If they're really interested in you, they'll see you later. This behavior was so diabolical, I could not believe it. I don't know if there was alligators out there. I'm not from Tennessee, from that Tennessee area. I don't know if there's gators. I would assume that there's gators in that water. I would assume that there's all types of things in that river water. The thing is, Brandon never gave a reason as to why. But then again, did he have to? Hey, Sherman, did he have to? We know why he did it. I'm shaking my head at Brandon. Baby Kennedy got justice. Danielle Hoyle got justice. The family has gotten their justice, but what they'll never get back is their family members. And I hope that Brandon is haunted by the memory of throwing his 2-day-old baby into the river. Whoo, child. Moving on from Tennessee, we are going to take our behinds over here. Is this where we need to be? Yeah, this is where we need to be. I'll jump on over to Ohio, where Jeanita, I believe I'm saying her name right. I don't know if I'm saying her name right, if I'm saying her wrong, right? Jeanita, Jeanetta, Jeanette, Jeanita. Child, listen. This woman came down my timeline today, honey, and I said, what in the world is going on out here today? Let's listen. Okay, we waiting for the ad. Hurry up. Hurry up.
Warrant is out for the arrest of a Toledo woman accused of breaking into a man's home, then cutting one of his testicles. Toledo police looking for Jeanita Hopings. We're going to show you a picture from 2012 of Hopings. Police believe the 45-year-old woman went to the home of someone she knows yesterday, kicked open the door. The guy living there told police he heard someone breaking in, so he ran down the stairs, but he didn't have any clothes on. That's when Hopings allegedly attacked him, cutting one of his testicles. He had to go to the hospital for treatment. Hopings is charged with felonious assault and aggravated burglary.
A couple days ago.
Now, I said felonious. I meant felonious, okay? Child, let me tell you something. This woman right here, I don't know what he did, but I'm sure we're going to find out. But that is all we know about why Jeanita cut this man's testicles. Okay? She cut this man. They don't know what she cut him with. Okay? That's what they saying. Matter of fact, who had the write-up? Somebody had the write-up. Okay? Here we go right here. We're going to go into the write-up. Hold on before we get into the warrant. So, an arrest warrant has been issued for an Ohio woman accused of breaking into a man's home she knows and cutting one of his testicles. Jeanita Hopings, 45, is charged with felonious assault and aggravated battery. Charging records allude on Tuesday, Hopings forcefully kicked open the door to the Toledo home of a man she knows and went in without permission. The victim told investigators he heard someone break in and ran downstairs to see who it was. The affidavit alleges that Hopings assaulted the man by cutting his testicle sac with an unknown instrument, causing it to be clearly exposed as a result of the laceration. He needed medical treatment at a hospital. Now, what we don't know is why. We don't know what she used. We don't know what happened in the interim between her kicking in the door and him getting sliced. We don't know. But what we do know is there is a warrant, okay? As you can see, this is the warrant, okay? The complaint being duly sworn states that Jeanita Adele Hopings, the defendant, in Toledo, Lucas County, Ohio, on or about October 7th, 2025, did violate, and they give their code, okay? Constituting a charge of aggravated burglary. Offender inflicts attempts or threats of infliction of physical harm on another, in that no person by force, stealth, or depiction. Okay, so this is her whole warrant. Okay, the defendant, Jeanita Hopings, knowingly and forcefully kicked open the front door to the victim's home and entered without permission or consent, assaulted the victim by cutting him with an unknown instrument. Victim suffered a laceration that needed medical treatment at Flower Hospital. Victim and defendant are in a relationship. So now we have clarity. Are in a relationship, however, the defendant does not live there. Okay, so now thanks to the court documents, thanks court docs, we have some clarity. Okay, now this came from the municipal court right here, and it just says that, you know, she committed felonious assault and the victim was seriously harmed. Okay, she assaulted her boyfriend by cutting his testicle sac with an unknown instrument that required medical treatment at Flowers Hospital. The victim's testicle was clearly exposed as a result of the laceration. Victim is the source of information for the complaint that occurred in Toledo in Lucas County. But what this thing is devoid of is what happened. He gave you an account of everything, but why he ain't tell you what happened? Because we want to know what had happened. Now, we can speculate and spin a little bit and try to figure it out for ourselves, because there's a few things that people were saying on my IG live that kind of made sense. Apparently, he still has them. Okay. He still has them. Now, I don't know if this man was cheating. Okay. Because we don't know why she did this. We don't know if he cheated. We don't know if he got somebody else prego. We don't know if he was on some down low stuff. We don't know if he violated her. We don't know if he violated a family member. But whatever he did caused this woman to go Lorena Bobbitt. But what I want to know is, why was you naked upstairs, sir? Yes, that's how nosy I am. Why was you naked upstairs? What was you doing? Was you in the shower? Was you sleeping? Was you hurching? Was you hurching? Was you hurching? You was hurching. She kicked that door in. The fact that she kicked that door in tells me that it's something serious. She ain't ring the doorbell. She ain't knock, knock, knock. Hey, call him and say, hey, daddy, I'm downstairs. She ain't do none of that. She kicked in that door, and I think she had a scalpel. Ah! How long you been waiting to say that uniquely? Listen, I don't want to laugh at this man. I'm going to say prayers to him. But I am going to say this. If we find out that the reason why you got snipped in your sack is because you was messing around with a teacup human, or you done violated somebody, it's going to be a problem. Sherb said he break it up with her if he didn't already. Man, listen, the minute that she sliced that sack, they should have been done. But the thing said, when we read what the court doc said, it says they are in a relationship. It didn't say that they were in a relationship. It says they're in a relationship. And let me just show y'all. The thumbnail photo is only the beginning, because 2 days before Jeanetta did all of this, baby, she was on her. She uploaded this. Let me switch places. She uploaded this photo to her Facebook page 2 days prior to the incident. Yeah. I don't know why the news didn't use this photo. Was it premeditated? Did she say, let me give me a cute pickup? Let me get a cute pickup because they going to have to use it in the media because this shit going to go viral? I don't know. Child, what say y'all? What y'all saying? Now, there were people that were down in the comment section and said, wherever you at, make sure you in a good hiding spot, okay? Miss Jeanetta, so pretty as always. Then there's people in the comments saying slice and dice. Then they said, good job from the entire nation of ladies. Now, how are we saying that? And we don't even know why she sliced and diced them. Okay. Let me tag TMZ this pic. This pic they need to use, unbothered. Okay, so people are clearly coming to the conclusion that he did something. Somebody else commented balls. Somebody else said slicing and dicing. Okay, somebody said been that girl. Somebody else said you are gorgeous, famous, and the lady of the year. Wish you well. Now, I don't know why they saying she the lady of the year, y'all. What do they know that we don't know? You know what? Let's go over here because TMZ, let me tell you something. TMZ be knowing stuff. And they be getting stuff before the public do. Which is somewhat, their job. I'm trying to see if I can find her story on the TMZ because they post a lot. They do a lot of posting. They really do. Hold on. Let me see if I put her name in the search. Jeanita Jeanita Hopings. There she go. All right. So now let's see what TMZ had to say about all of this. No, they did. See the headline? Ohio woman nutsack attack. She came, she saw, she sliced. All right. Breaking in, balls out, an Ohio woman is the target of a police woman hunt after a ballsy break-in at her boyfriend's home where she sliced open his nutsack, according to police. Authorities have issued an arrest warrant for accused scrotum slasher Jeanita Hopings after the 45-year-old woman allegedly kicked in the front door of her boyfriend's Toledo home and barged in to perform her amateur surgery on him with a sharp object. And get this, cops say Hopings cut her boyfriend so badly that one of his nuts was fully exposed, requiring treatment at a local hospital. Hopings has been charged with felonious assault, where the victim was seriously harmed, and aggravated burglary. Worth nothing, a mugshot from a previous arrest is floating around. We've used it above, but we're told Toledo police are currently still searching for Hopings. The balls are in the cops' court now because it's up to them to find this alleged testicle terror. This is one damaged woman who needs to be arrested and jailed immediately. That's nuts. So I guess TMZ don't have nothing for us either. TMZ has nothing for us either. I probably should have ended with this because this next one going to be a little ooh. She has nothing else except for traffic tickets. So I don't know what this mugshot was for. I don't know. We're going to have to go down a deep dive of who this woman is, child. And we'll get back to you on that. Okay. Yes, I agree. TMZ ain't shit for that. But it was very, it was very entertaining. I did go to her Facebook page. Ain't nothing on there. Everybody keeps saying go to her Facebook page. I went to her Facebook page. Ain't nothing there. Ain't nothing there. She ain't said not a word. Unless this ain't her Facebook page. Okay, wait. She got a second one. Hold on. No, she got a bunch of happy birthdays on there. Why does everybody keep telling me go to her Facebook page? I can't add her as a friend. She probably, cancel request. You got to be approved to be her friend. That girl ain't going to allow me to be on her page. She had a child in 2002. She got a car in 1998. Yeah, it was previous. So I don't see nothing. Not the nutty professor. Y'all ain't right. But I'm gonna keep an eye on this. Let me just make sure we ain't got no updates or nothing like that done came in the midnight hour. Nope. There's nothing there. All right. So I don't know. We're gonna find out what made her do what she did when she did what she do. Now, this next story that we're going to cover is a little heart-wrenching, okay? This is an Ohio toddler by the name of A. Marie. Now, her mother, Ontavia Kennebrew, has been all over TikTok, okay? I saw this story and it really touched me, okay? Because we needed to cover this. Now, let me see if she puts the story in her GoFundMe. Okay, she did put the story in her GoFundMe. Now, I have to warn y'all, this is very, this is going to be a very hard one for everybody. So, on September, y'all didn't get to see her. Hold on. because I didn't switch place. We didn't trade places. All right. So now let me go back. Oh, shoot. Okay. Hold on, guys. All right. So this is A. Marie, 5-year-old toddler from Ohio. Now, A. Marie was brutally assaulted and left in a field. Here are pictures from that. As you can see, this poor baby, she really had it bad. If you're not her friend, you can't see anything. Oh, which page though? Because she has 2 pages. She has 2 pages, you guys. I'm going to just add her as a friend. Okay. Which page y'all talking about? Y'all talking about this one with the cute picture, or y'all talking about this one right here? Which one? The top one, the first one, or the second one? Well, y'all let me know, and then we'll get back to it. So we're going to get back into this story right here of A. Marie. Now, like I said, her mother, Ontavia Kennebrew, has been all over TikTok. She did have a news story that she did, and I'm going to play that, but I'm going to read this for you guys first from the GoFundMe. So it says, on September 13th, 2025, my daughter resided at a trusted family member's residence around the area of 145th in St. Clair while I underwent a medical procedure. While she was away, I got a phone call from my family member stating that my daughter walked out of the house and she couldn't find her anywhere and that the authorities were contacted. I immediately was filled in a panic. I rushed out of my house and arrived to the scene. Soon as I got there, I ran to the EMS truck where I found my daughter unresponsive, bloody, with her hair pulled from her scalp, her body covered in bruises, her fingernails filled with dirt, her eyes filled with blood, her neck showing signs of strangulation, her mouth and lips bloody, her private area filled with debris and dirt, and a big lump on her head. I couldn't believe what I saw in front of me. My daughter didn't look like herself. She was traumatized. She was shaken up. A group of bigger kids around the ages 8, 9, and 10 walked up to my daughter, presenting themselves as friendly, took her by the hand, and walked her to a field that was far away from the residence. In that field, they beat my daughter until she was unconscious. They ripped out her hair. They held my daughter down as they graped her. They also shoved sticks down her throat and down her private area. They stripped her naked and strangled her with her own shirt. One of the children then proceeded to take out his private area and leave her covered in their urine. They beat her and penetrated her until she was unconscious and unresponsive. One out of the 3 kids ingurgitated their teeth on my baby's bottom area. So I guess they bit her, is what she's saying. I've never heard of that word before. Let me see. Bringing one into favor with someone by flattering or trying to ingratiated. Sorry. Ingratiated their teeth on my baby's bottom area to hold her still as they sexually assaulted her. The kids then left her where she was at, not telling no adult, thinking they succeeded in killing her, and they continued playing. My family member, as she was still looking for my daughter, saw 2 out of the 3 children that lives on her street that she had not knew at the time harmed my daughter, and walked up to them and asked them if they saw a little girl. They stared at her with no remorse and told her no, and continued playing, knowing what they had just done to my daughter. As my family member went back to her house waiting on authority, them same kids who she had questioned came to her with their mother, saying that they know where my daughter is. Them same 2 kids that stated they didn't know where my daughter was now with their mother, took my family member to where my daughter was found in the field naked, brutally beaten, penetrated, and unresponsive. Her clothes, her hair, and later found shoes was scattered all about the field. My cousin, panicky, placed my daughter in her vehicle, rushed her back to the house, and continued waiting for the authorities to get there. My daughter was completely traumatized. I'm completely traumatized. These kids broke my daughter's spirit. They took away her boundaries. They penetrated her and constantly beat her. I never wanted to get the media involved because I didn't want my daughter's trauma plastered everywhere when she has to constantly see what happened to her and what she'd been through. And I also trusted that she was going to get the justice that she needed. I'm bringing this to the media today because the authorities are failing my daughter. They are trying to tell me that 2 of the kids can't and won't be charged because they are 8 and 9 years old, even though they attempted to murder my baby and they raped and beat her. They are saying legally these 2 boys cannot be charged. I need help and I need justice for my daughter. I have reached out to legal aid and the Cleveland Metropolitan Bar Association for legal help. I also reached out to Grape Crisis to get me a victim advocate that I was told can help me on the criminal justice side. I have been advocating for my daughter and I'm not getting any help. I also contacted the mayor of Cleveland, Ohio office to try to get help. I have not received any yet. I need you all to understand, if them 2 kids' mothers did not make them boys go back to my family member and let her know where my daughter was at, my baby wouldn't be found right now. My baby wouldn't be alive. They literally tried to kill my daughter. These are not normal kids themselves, and their parents need to be held accountable. My daughter is not the same. She is having behavioral problems. She is mentally not okay. I am mentally not okay. Me not getting justice for my daughter makes me feel like I failed her. She is saying suicidal things. She is breaking down. She hates talking about what happened to her, and I'm breaking down with her. I have set her up with a therapist and also seeking one for myself. I cannot sleep. I can barely eat. I keep repeatedly seeing images of my baby in that field. She is only 5, and these horrific things has happened to her. Please help. Please look at this as if it was your own kid. This is not gossip. This is not a funny matter. This is not nothing to not take serious. This is our life. Please help us. There is way more graphic photos of my daughter when she looked way worse. I'm not comfortable posting. Justice for A. Marie. Now, I am going to copy this link and I am going to drop it into the video description of this video right here. And if you would like to donate and help this mother, the link is now in the video description. This is sad. No parent, no child should ever have to go through this. Look at this sweet baby. Her little face. Now, I don't know where people got the rumor that she was autistic, because the mother doesn't say anything about that. But she's a 5-year-old little girl. And she's talking about backspacing herself. No 5-year-old should talk like that. No 5-year-old should experience this. These are the photos that the mom has shared and that have been on social media. Right here, you can see where her hair was snatched bald. Who does this? Look at her little face. The parents of these children need to be held accountable for their children's actions, because where do children learn this behavior? Where did they see this? How were they taught this? No normal 8, 9, and 10-year-old thinks of this, does this. This is not okay. This little girl and her family deserve justice. Now, people are quick to talk about calling CPS and all types of things. Why was CPS not called? Yes, she's 5. She's 5 years old. Now, see, until I had read the mother's GoFundMe, I had only seen the TikTok videos, and I started seeing them yesterday. And I was disturbed. I was disturbed.
A mother in shambles after she says she found her baby girl beaten and abused. For the first time ever, the child's mother is speaking out, and you won't believe who police say are the suspects. 19's Noelle Williams joins us now with this heartbreaking story, and we want to warn you, some of the images and details are graphic.
I literally saw the worst thing ever. Like, I saw my daughter unrecognizable.
What happened to Antavia Kinnebru's daughter is something most people will have a hard time understanding. She says her bubbly, sweet 5-year-old daughter was beaten and assaulted. This picture showing hair ripped out of her scalp. Police revealing startling details. The victims and suspects are under the age of 10 years old. This is shocking news to the 21-year-old mom.
Wrap my head around it.
Kinnebru's mother held her hand as she wept. She tells me out of safety she does not want to share her daughter's name or show her face, but she explains what happened that day. She tells me on September 13th she had dropped her daughter off at a family member's home near East 145th Street and St. Clair Avenue. Somehow her baby girl walked out the front door. When Kinnebru found out, she rushed over and saw her 5-year-old being treated by EMS several blocks over.
Her hair was scalped from her head. She had bruises and blood all over her body. Her eyes was filled with blood. Her lips and mouth was filled with blood. Her nails had dirt, debris of dirt stuck in it.
19 News reached out to Cleveland police several times to try and find out if there are any charges. If so, what are those charges? And if the ages of the suspects would hinder that. All police would confirm is that the victim and suspects involved in this case are under the age of 10, and any other information would jeopardize the investigation. Either way, Kennebrew says her daughter is left physically, emotionally, and mentally hurt and now in therapy. She is grateful for the support of the community so far, but she wants help and answers.
I want her to just to be somewhat of a normal 5-year-old again.
In Cleveland, Noah Williams, Night 2.
Now, I don't know the ethnicity of these children because I know that that is going to be a topic of conversation. I know that in several states that children, no matter the age, do get charged with their crimes. In this case, I feel the parents should be held accountable for this, what has happened to this mother, to this child, to this family. Now, I know tonight, we had some giggles. Oh, I need to leave my glasses on, child. I'll leave my glasses on. We had some giggles for a moment here, but let's think about this. The reason I wanted to start talking about things that are going on in this world is because, like I said on my Instagram, the young man who chucked his baby into the river could be your family member. Could be your neighbor. The woman who kicked down the door and sliced that man's testicles, even though we laughing, that could be somebody that that is on the receiving end of that or the giving end of it. And this 5-year-old, look at the ages of the children. The ages of the children were 8, 9, and 10. I agree. They should get the Scared Straight program. These kids are the kids that are in school with your kids. Think about all of these Cleveland, Ohio, or not Cleveland, Ohio parents, because she's not in Cleveland, Ohio. But all of these parents, we send our kids to school every day and we don't never know when they're sitting next to somebody who's capable of this type of debauchery, violation, inhumane, and cruel acts. I'm going to be keeping my eye on this. I am. I'm going to be keeping my eye on this story. I know that this was a heavy one for everyone, and I'm trying to find a light one for you. Because I don't want to see y'all go to bed like this. So I'm going to do something that I don't usually do to try to lighten the mood for y'all, even though I know that that's going to be kind of hard because all of us are parents. We're all parents here, so we feel a way about all of this. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do a timeline scroll and see what my timeline is up to tonight. Because usually when I make my posts in the evening and you get all of those little funny posts that we get, it usually comes from me scrolling my timeline. So I'm hoping like hell that tonight we're able to pull something, a few things that could give us a few laughs off my timeline. Now, first up is a federal judge has blocked Donald Trump's administration from deploying the National Guard in Illinois. However, Donald Trump has already landed in Chicago. Now, I don't know. Okay, we got Roland.
My love for Denzel, my love for Jeffrey Wright and Wendell Pierce.
Also,
Y'all, I'm trying to find the funny stuff. Look, here she goes. Say cheese. Ohio woman wanted for breaking into her boyfriend's home and slicing his balls. Look, everybody is talking about this.
So
okay. D4VD transfers Texas home to his mother's name. Interesting. Let's see what that's all about, shall we? Y'all want to see about that? Nah, we supposed to be finding funny stuff. I can't find nothing funny tonight. We gonna refresh this timeline because y'all gonna give me some funny ha ha he he stuff.
On this shit, that talk all cute. You try to act all delicate, talking about like, oh my god, are you serious? Bitch, why you talking like that, bitch? Your voice is wild deep like fucking Pop Smoke. All of a sudden, you motherfucking talking like Kim Kardashian. Stop fucking playing. Or when she try to make you fucking look stupid, like you ask her a question like, oh my god, remember that time that we almost drowned? And she goes like, no, I don't remember. What are you talking about? Bitch, why you fucking trying to make me look fucking stupid? Bitch, I will whip your motherfucking ass. I will ask her right there and then, like, say, bitch, what are you talking about? Like, that happened last week. What are you talking about? You remember? Why you talking like that? Why you trying to be cute around my nigga? I will
Never love somebody more than you love your...
What do you want, Shanae?
oh my goodness. If it isn't Little Miss Attitude, why are you always over here? I mean, don't you have a bag?
Look, I don't have time to play games with you, okay?
Hey, but ain't nobody playing no games, all right? Ain't nobody playing no games, all right? All I want to know is why Martin had a party and didn't invite me. I mean, I like the party, all right? Today they like the party, all right? Today they like the party.
There isn't a party, Shanae. We're just watching a fight together.
Oh, well, I likes me a good fight. I mean, you should know that. Okay? You don't put your hands on me. You don't touch me. Okay? Because ain't nobody here to break us up, all right? Huh? Ring, come on with it.
Whatever, Shanae. But there'll be a $10 cover charge.
$10?
$10.
$10? Oh, my goodness. I thought Martin was paid. That is so cheap. Just like them little run-over shoes you got on. Ooh.
Wait, why? Why they got the two Velcro straps on them?
That's right, you better run over.
hey, it's me.
Hold on. Let me just say this. I'm tired of seeing AI Michael and AI Tupac because I swear some of these AIs be looking so real. Y'all got to stop this shit.
Yeah, it's really me. You know, I had to disappear. They were going to kill me. I didn't want to leave you all, but I wanted to stay alive. Out here in Africa, I can breathe. Hey, it's me. Yeah, it's
Why
really
they doing us like this?
The Philippines just got hit with a massive earthquake, y'all. So I'm praying for people in the Philippines right now. Because on top of the earthquake, they are calling for a tsunami. It ain't nothing worse than having a ground shake and then water coming in right after. They are advising everybody in the Philippines to get to the highest ground possible. They said this tsunami...
Kimaj is a regular ass, pussy ass, miserable ass bitch.
Wait!
I hope put the motherfucking misery and miserable. Bitch, how in the fuck you wake up early in the motherfucking morning, worry about a bitch motherfucking baby? And JT, shut the fuck up, bitch. I'm so motherfucking tired of JT. Bitch, you look so motherfucking dumb, ho.
I approve this message and everything that she's saying because I sees it.
This hoe still ain't even acknowledge you still, bitch. Like, girl, shut the fuck up, bitch. Only reason why JT sucking Nicki Minaj's dick all the way from the back is because she a miserable ass bitch.
Wait a minute, not all the way from the back, y'all.
Just like her, they relatable. You see your bitch going out having fun, having a good time without you and living life just like Carisha been fucking doing. Bitch, you want to control who she be around. Bitch, y'all hoes can't control the next bitch. Be happy for the next bitch. Learn to love a bitch from a distance. Stop hating on a bitch so motherfucking bad to the point where you gotta fall out and be jealous of a bitch. Claim all y'all so motherfucking happy. How? A happy bitch would never. It's giving mad as fuck.
Mad.
Y'all done tweeted 1,000 motherfucking words, but can't come up with a motherfucking song, bitch. Ain't get in the booth yet, ho. Anybody that support Nicki after this, bitch, y'all some weird ass hoes. Like, bitch, y'all motherfuckers can't tell me not one motherfucking reason as to why you would still fuck with her. Real reason why that body miserable ass bitch always aggravated is because her motherfucking man ain't got no job. She tired of paying for everything.
Wait a minute.
She aggravated because she got a...
Wait a minute. Not the husband caught her straight.
Been that fuck nigga 1,000 times a motherfucking day because he a motherfucking pedophile, bitch. You chose to be with a pedophile, bitch. He is a pedophile on paper, bitch.
Nicki Minaj is
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Where's Beyonce's wig? Cause she done read down and ate down. She done took your whole job, girl. This is what I see on my damn reels, okay? This is my reels. Oh, hold on.
My dad left for a bucket of chicken before I was born, so I figured I'd clock in and wait for him to walk through that door.
Why are you working at McDonald's at such a young age?
Because I need 10 years of experience to get a better job.
Why are you working already?
I'm saving money so I don't gotta go to school ever, fam. You feel me, G?
Work hard now, nap hard later, bro. Why are you working already?
Excuse me, you've just checked out. Where are you headed now?
To Grandma's house. She's got cookies and no rules.
Tell him I stole my music and you impersonated me.
What?
Tell him that, bitch. Tell him how I ain't letting up off your motherfucking neck, ho. Yeah, ho. Nicki Minaj, somehow you stole my music and you impersonated me.
Wait.
Tell him that, bitch.
I'm confused. Wait. Wait a minute. Nicki Minaj is impersonating God. Wait a minute.
Tell him how I ain't letting up off your motherfucking neck, ho.
I am confusion. Who are you? No. I didn't see South Park. I don't know who did it.
Alright. Wait, I want to look like cocky to blood. Jerk it off? No, sir. So brother, what I gonna do with that? Alright, my boy cocky and balls.
What is this?
One bugger sitting there, brother.
What is that? I don't ever want to have this on my plate. What is this?
On the foreskin. Take off, fight. No.
Okay, after the story that we just followed, I can't even watch that.
Good vagina at night. Do you know what the definition of good vagina is?
Gotta be wet. That's the definition of good.
Is that the only thing?
Like smell good, stays wet, right? Those are the top three right there.
What's up, face?
Hey, Cub, didn't I tell you to clean this room up?
I said I'm gonna do it. Why you got that on?
In my mind, you just said, Mom, I'm gonna do it when I get ready on my time. I'm the man of the house, and I'm just trying to figure out where you got that hearing from, my boy.
Nah, man, I wouldn't even trip like that.
First of all, if my mama looked like her, I would not never open my. Why his mama cock diesel like this? What is going on? Why his mama built like that? Yeah, see, no, I would listen. I'd have been the best behaved child.
And to that girl from the South who was walking around these New York streets, talking about how we need to learn Southern hospitality because we so rude, we so mean, and blah, 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 whoop, whoop, whoop. No disrespect, mamas. You can leave that in the South. We give it up a little bit differently in the North, and I thought we all knew that. And then to think you is deliberately in the way, expecting people to say, excuse me? Excuse you, boo! Excuse you! See, now your biggest problem is that you walking at like 2 miles per hour. That's not gonna cut it. Pardon me.
The first thing people say to me is, you think you better?
Okay, so I'm gonna make this plain and simple. We gotta do this. What are we doing exactly? I gotta suck you up. Suck
I'm so close to my car. They've been here since my car been here. Hurry up so I can get here.
Ma'am,
I don't like the way they're staring at me.
look at your sparklers, man.
I don't like the way you
Look
Why
at your
Norman car look like this?
Look at your ma'am. Ma'am. Ma'am.
Norman need to be shot for that. Oh, labor simulated.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start on level 1. Level 1 is 1 centimeter dilated.
What happened?
That's just level 1. Oh?
What?
You're 1 centimeter dilated. Stop. This is just level 1. Try to relax. Relax. Okay, level 2.
My timeline boring tonight.
Stop.
Wow!
This is just level 2. Let me go. Let me go.
What the?
Okay, that's this is level 3.
Doctor!
Okay,
Go to doctor, go to doctor.
okay.
Please come here. Please come here, doctor.
Okay, I took it off. Okay, I took it off. That was only 3. Who want that? The one baby's coming.
See, y'all be talking all that shit, but y'all can't handle that labor pain. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Hold on, because that's a X. Y'all don't need to see that.
South Park did. If you didn't, let me show you.
Hold on.
Nigga, did y'all see what South Park did? If you didn't, let me show you.
Where's my breakup snow? I will be late by 5 minutes. You are a paid mole. Must be Rock Nation that caused this. Cartman grumbles as he sits on the couch. Child, I'm gonna drag Barney B after I go ski the slopes.
Is that supposed to be Papa Bear?
Mama food. Not now, Papa Bear. Mommy has to cyberbully.
Now, if you been around as long as I have, you know that South Park is gonna take it there. They took it there. If you didn't catch it, run it back. Run it the fuck back and watch it again. Where's my what? If you didn't catch it, go run it back. Is that supposed to be Papa Bear?
Mama food. Not now, Papa Bear. Mommy has to cyberbully. Cartman grumbles as he sits on the... Must be Rock Nation that caused this. Cartman grumbles as he sits on the couch. Child, I'm gonna drag Barney B after I go ski the slopes.
Is that supposed to be Papa Bear?
Mama food. Not now, Papa Bear. Mommy has to cyberbully.
Now, if you tell you.
Where's my breakup snow? I will be late by 5 minutes. You are a paid mole. Must be Rock Nation that
Why y'all about to get me in trouble? No, why is y'all about to get me in trouble? I'm not doing this with y'all.
And another thing, I'm gonna keep it short. Bitches be forgetting what they look like before they had surgery. JT,
Bitches be forgetting what they look like before they had surgery. All y'all motherfuckers had surgery. And another thing,
I mean, let's be serious. What did you think was gonna happen? You did that to a 3-year-old child and thought you was just gonna go to prison. That was gonna be it. This right here is a prime example of karma's a bitch.
3, go!
Stop like talking to me. Like I.
Boss, come on.
Sorry.
Pick it up, pick it up. Come on.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Man, I will call you back. Like, what is this? Okay. This might comfortable, like. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Just like helicopter. It's just much.
Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to slow down a bit. Folks been calling about you cleaning this place out.
You better stay back, officer. Last plate tried me. Ain't here no more.
All right then. Enjoy your meal.
I plan to.
Ma'am.
I never date another motherfucking African ever again in my life. You ain't never got to worry about me. I need y'all to listen to me now. Listen to me clear. From meeting him and ended up in Dallas 2 days later, finding a go-ahead in his refrigerator, to my ex still calling me to this day to see if the nigga voodooed me, bitch. I don't know, but I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. But story time. So listen. Before I get into the story time, I got to give y'all a backdrop of how this shit officially transpired, because it was a little spicy, but shit, you know, it is what it is. Boom. I ended up meeting African at the mall. How did I end up at the mall? Listen, the day before that, my ex was caught cheating on me with his baby mama, right? So his way of trying to make shit right with me at the time, bitch, was to, oh, let's plan somewhere and we gonna spend the 4th of July together, which we was gonna do that anyways, bitch. I was assuming. Oh, he like, go get us a fit and shit from the mall. So I'm like, all right, cool. He give me his truck keys. I go to the mall. As I'm walking through the mall, getting ready to head out, I end up seeing a group of people, and it was them. When I say a group, it wasn't a big group, but it was like 3 or 4 people. He ended up coming up to me real respectful, like, excuse me, ma'am, very beautiful. So I think that that's all cute and shit like that. I like the accent and all that. Now, mind you, I'm single at this point, even though I'm still in a relationship, because I'm, you know, with him at this point, but I'm really not. Because he was just cheating on me the night before last. That's the only reason why I was giving the African a conversation to begin with. So don't get it twisted. I'm like, thank you. So he was like, are you single? And I'm like, well, yeah. Because at this point, bitch, I am single, like I said. And let me just put this out there, because this is a disclaimer, bitch. A nigga compliment don't even faze me. Like, I really don't even give a fuck about that shit. That's if I wouldn't even stop had I would have knew he was trying to compliment me. You feel me? That would have just been ill off the real. I'm glad that I didn't turn him away after he complimented me, because, you know, sometimes it just be like, bitch, I'm getting carried away. Back on top of, after he complimented me, y'all, he asked was I single, and I said yes. I asked was he single, he said yes. And I'm trying to see where the fuck he from, because I ain't never seen him around here, and I never thought the Africans would be around. You feel me?
First of all, I'm trying to understand, what does she have on her teeth? Are they grills? Are they braces? Are they a combination of both?
Yeah, bitch, I ain't think that I would be talking to no F. When I say, bitch, we had a blast, but the shit was just crazy. I kid you not, from the time we exchanged numbers at the mall, that man blew me up from the entirety of our relationship. I mean, our situation, but bitch, we was in a relationship because we was mad. Listen, I go back with my ex like ain't shit happened, because I could have been honest, which I'm an honest person, but I wouldn't go tell him that, because I just was trying to see how shit was gonna play out. Why the next day the African blowing me up? Mind you, I told you me and my ex stay together at this point. So he blowing me up that morning talking about he want to come see me, and he paying for my hair and shit like that. Mind you, me and the African first met at the mall, he ended up cash apping me $250. I don't know what made him want to send it right in and there, but baby, he sent it. I do know we did have a little extra conversation, like he was like he want to take me on a date, but I was just bullshitting, because I knew damn well, bitch, I wasn't finna be able to go on no date, bitch. Today was my only day to be free on some real shit. When he sent me the money, I didn't expect him to think, I don't know what the fuck I expected, to be honest. All I knew was I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to just link with him like I said or agreed to it, because I really wasn't single for real, even though I really was and I really wanted to be. I really was. You get me?
Did she breathe yet, y'all? Cause I don't see her breathing.
You get me? I forgot to tell y'all, the African tried to kidnap me and everything. So listen, y'all, it get you. That's at the end of the story. So listen, he called me and he was trying to come see me. I started making up excuses like, oh, I gotta go to my dentist appointment or whatever, because this gonna be the day that I'm gonna get my braces on. He was like, well, I'll take you. Just tell me where is it. I'm trying to see how the fuck I'm gonna get out this shit. Me and my ex get up that day. I end up
So they are braces, but they look like grills. Am I missing something? What the hell is going on? Right, uniquely.
him like, yeah, my granny gonna take me to my dentist appointment. Woo-wah. He dropped me off at her house. By the time he dropped me there, I'm like, okay, well, this is my little escape place, so I could tell him he could pull up over here and we could chill for a few, so I can get acquainted with him, because bitch, the nigga already cheated on me the day before this. So I mean, it is what it is. At the same time, bitch, I'm not trying to get caught either. I'll tell him he could pull up. When I say he pulled up within like a 30-minute span, and if he was where he say he was or where he lived, then he should have been took like at least an hour and 30 minutes to get there. Bitch, you pulled too fast. I wasn't even tripping, even though there was a red flag at the time. I wasn't thinking about this. I say, y'all, he took me so motherfucking fast. Like, it was so fast. So I need y'all to listen. Somebody, he took me so fast, I ain't even know I left my ex. Once we make it to the dentist, we leave there because I ended up getting into it with the dentist folks. And like, yeah, I was fucking with how he was riding behind me because, yes, sir. This was back when I was first getting my braces back on. At least trying to get them bitches back on. So we leave.
Who's following her? He's following her? I am confusion.
Yeah, we make it back to my granny spot. And of course, y'all, we having a Wayne dang doodle like we in that bitch chilling like he my nigga already, baby. This is crazy. So as time winding down, I'm already knowing in my head I gotta wrap this shit up because bitch, it's time for me to go in. My ex was the type bitch, he pulling up, he don't give a fuck, and you gotta come on right now. Now, when it's time for him to go, why the fuck his car won't crank? I need y'all to listen to me. The car was so nice. He had a Volkswagen. The car was so nice and all that. So I couldn't see the car not cranking because it was raggedy. The car wasn't cranking because he must have did something to it, but I wasn't thinking like that. All I know was he was saying there's something wrong with the car. It's a worm. I get to telling him like, you can come back down here tomorrow or whenever to come.
Did y'all notice that the lighting has changed? So did we go from day to night with reading that with this story? What are we doing? Get to the point. You said he tried to kidnap you.
Get your car because you know y'all it's his shit and it's in front of my granny house. The whole time I'm not even knowing that there was the play for him to come back and come see me, period. At this point, all his cousins them were down there, so he said it was his cousins. They was already around or whatever, so they was chilling with us. Actually, they ended up coming at the last minute, so that was gonna be his ride back to where he stayed out. Before they can even pull out, why the fuck did my ex pull up? Bitch, we out there having a motherfucking family reunion, and I ain't got no business with having a motherfucking company over here, bitch. I better yet, if the company ain't for me, what the fuck am I doing outside? Now,
wait, why are we worried about the ex pulling up and you got the African outside and the ex just cheated on you the day before?
I'm shitting bricks because he pulling up checking shit on the scene, and I can't be getting checked in front of somebody that I said that I was single in front of. You feel me? Like, that's crazy. Now I'm trying not to act like, you feel me, some shit going on, so I'm trying to play shit cool with him. I'm just like, oh, well, shit, yeah, we out here chilling, and I get my auntie to drop me off for whatever. Now, he was not going for that. He was trying to see, like, who the fuck is all these people right here? I'm just like, oh, these my people, you feel me? Of course, when I got in the truck with him, when we made it to the house, he was asking me all type of questions, like, who that is, woo-wop. I'm just like, I don't know them people for real. Next day,
she talking so fast, her lips done dried out.
we get up, I had him to drop me back off at my granny house. He asked me, who car is that? And I'm just like, that's my daddy car, like, duh. The car at the time had Texas tag. Everybody know that my daddy stay in Texas. He looking upside my head like, on some, bitch, I don't believe you, bitch. That don't look like your daddy car, but, you know, it's nice that your daddy could be dry. I'm still trying to throw him out because I don't need him to ask no more questions, and I don't need him lingering around. I need him to get the fuck on. So this dude can come get his car, and he can get the fuck on. Bitch, why he hadn't already made it? Him and my auntie was at AutoZone. Mind you, I told him that he ain't got the call. He could just pull up and come get his shit, but when he pulled up to come get his shit, I guess he thought that I stayed with my granny or some shit like that. But my auntie ended up trying to come see who the fuck that was pulling up. Whole time, it was him. Called African to let him know that I'm up and, you know, active or whatever. Whole time, him and my auntie already at the AutoZone, but she didn't cover for me on some real shit. He didn't get nothing from AutoZone. All I know is him and my auntie them came back with a big ass case of beer. Actually, 2 cases of beer and full of smoke. Okay, another family reunion. I see what it's going. Mind you, I told y'all he done gave me the money for to get my hair did. So now I really gotta book the hair appointment because now he trying to take me out. Over here vibing with me and my family. So shit, why not? We getting the vibe.
Yes. So basically what she's saying is her ex-boyfriend cheated on her the day before, and then she met the African, and the African dude met her at the mall. They met in the mall. He gave her $250 on Cash App. And so he was trying to take her, trying to get up with her, and he was trying to take her to her dentist appointment to get her braces off. But she told him that the granny was going to do it, but he ended up following her and the granny and ended up at her granny house. And so while he's there at the granny house chilling and all of that, the ex-boyfriend pulled, back up. He at the granny house chilling and all of that. He acts like something's wrong with his car. He had a nice car, so there was no reason why the car shouldn't have cranked up. She thinks he did something to it. So boom, he calls his cousins. His cousins were somewhere around. They end up all linking up in front of her granny's house, and the ex-boyfriend pulls up. She goes and gets into the truck with the ex-boyfriend. The ex-boyfriend is asking her questions. She basically lying to him. And while she was going with the ex-boyfriend, the auntie and the African went to the AutoZone. She pulls back up to the house with the ex-boyfriend. girlfriend, and the car has Texas plates on it. So he's asking her whose car it is, and she says it's her dad's car because her dad lives in Texas. And the ex is looking at her like he don't believe her. So now the auntie and the African come back, and he comes back with 2 cases of beer and some weed. And this is where we are.
I get my hair scheduled for the next day because one of my homegirls at the time was doing hair with him.
Oh, and because the African gave her $250, it was $250 or $200 for her to get her hair done. So now she had to book the appointment for her to go get the hair done. So this is where we are right now.
As soon as I get my hair did, he pulls back up because he just had to see me. The whole time I didn't even know he had no plans. Mind you, I told y'all he was a scamming ass nigga at the time. He still is probably. I don't even know what the fuck he is. Why I ended up in Dallas that same night and we had a blast. And I'm going to insert these clips at the end of this video so y'all can understand. So y'all can understand what's going on. Mind you, I ain't seen them dead say, oh, he an ugly black son, but that money ain't ugly. And girl, tell me what y'all think, bitch. Do not be lying. Tell me.
So she ended up going with the African back to Houston, and she had a good time with him. But, you know, I don't see where he kidnapped her at.
Mom. Colton, you is not going to be on this camera all day, is it?
No. This is going to be my last time for the day, but you got to talk to your children. I think it's time for that talk.
With who?
All 4 of them.
All 4 of who?
Your children, all 4 of your boys.
What happened, Cody?
So, it was my day to take out the trash, right? And you already
Not
know.
Not he's snitching on the Ring camera.
I like to buy them little cheap trash bags. I don't know why. And as I was taking it, it was a little too heavy, so I had to drag it. So by the time I got to the grass over there, Mom, it burst, right? I was going to leave it, but I was like, no, there's littering. So I picked it up, and Mom, I seen 4 condom boxes, empty.
Well, what you want me to do? At least they use them.
Mom, but it was the cheap ones.
That had to be Nate.
Mom, you already
that was Nate all day. He the only one gonna buy the cheap ones.
Mom, I don't know, but you need to start back buying their condoms because you already know the cheap ones, they don't work for real. And I don't need no chances. I'm already over here worrying about you having another kid. I don't need to worry about them folk having another kid.
I'm done.
Or having a kid.
I'm done with Cody.
So y'all will never believe what happened to me this morning while I was working my case. If you don't know, now you know. My name is Sherlock Homegirl. I'm a licensed private investigator in Texas. My company is insured, licensed, and bonded in the state of Texas, and I am the owner. So today we had a scare of a lifetime. About 3 months ago, this woman hired my company to do some work for her, and we pretty much been following her husband. And we were thinking, like, you know, he's having an affair. He's doing something because the way she explained it to us, he's out late at night. He could have multiple phone numbers. And there's often different transactions that come out every month around the same time. So we kind of was on her side. Like, you know, he has to be cheating. There has to be something going on. So we've been following him day and night, trying to figure out what's going on. At first, he wasn't doing anything suspicious. He would go to, like, the gym. He would go to work. He would pick the kids up from school. Sometimes he would take the kids to school and drop them off. Sometimes he was just at home. Sometimes he was in the parking lot at Sonic at 2:30 p.m., got off early, just mouth harassing a burger. Like, he
mouth harassing a burger is crazy.
Wasn't doing nothing too suspicious until these last couple of weeks. It's been really weird. He's been making these late night trips to a storage unit inside of a storage faculty here. And we thought that was really, really suspicious.
It is.
And excuse my dog barking. He is really upset, y'all. He's upset. He's a big boy. But anyways, we thought that was really suspicious. So we followed him one day and, you know, we were able to get access to the storage unit. We ended up buying the storage unit right next to his. So whenever he would go to the storage unit, we would go to our storage unit and we would use the old school, I think it's called a stethoscope, and put it on the wall to kind of hear what was going on. And we would hear like these conversations with people, and it did not sound like an affair, but it sounded like this guy might have been involved in something very, very dark.
I know she's not about to tell us that this man had people living in the storage unit. Child, what? Come on, homegirl, get to the story.
The next day after that, she called me and said that he had a big lump sum of money deposited into his account.
Ooh, he trafficked.
I was like, okay. So that's very strange. This guy has a storage unit. He only moves around at night. He works in IT cybersecurity, and he's getting these big ass lump sums of money. And we can hear him on the phone with different people in the evening time. It's very, very strange.
Different people. Okay.
So I was like, okay, so we're just going to continue to watch and everything. So at these particular storage units, they have like these little windows that you can kind of see through. Like when you walk on the outside, it's like a little window.
Right.
You can't like get through it. It's just like a little small window.
Right.
I don't know if like it used to be like some type of apartment or something. They converted it to a storage unit. Girl, I don't know.
Girl, get to
I don't
point.
own the place. But I used it to my advantage. I looked through the window and I see pictures of me at his desk on the walls from different angles, of me following him. And I was like, what the mess is even going on? I was like, no, okay, should I approach this guy? Should I not approach this guy? So I ended up calling his wife and I told her, I was like, look, we looked through the thing. I'm going to send you these pictures and you tell me what you think. And she was like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why he has that. She was freaking scared, just as scared as I was. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and approach this guy. And that's exactly what I did.
Girl.
I approached him. I said, hey, why the hell do you have pictures of me on your wall following you at different angles? And the look on his face was like pure calmness. And I was like, oh my God, this dude's gonna kill me. He said, he killed me, oh my God. And he goes, ma'am. And I said, yes. And he goes, you just don't know how much of an inspiration you are to be. And it was really never about you follow me to having an affair. I knew exactly what I was doing. And honestly, I have been in college to go get my degree to become a private investigator. And I looked and I said, oh, wow. Okay. He was like, yeah, I knew you were following me. I don't do anything behind my wife's back. And the reason why I'm even in this storage unit is because I didn't want her to know that I was going to college at nighttime to get my college degree to become an investigator.
Child, did you hear the spin? I thought she was going to tell us something like it was some trafficking. It was some kilos up in there. It was some Tony Montana stuff. She didn't.
Hey, y'all remember that McDonald's Monopoly game where, like, if you win, you get cash prizes and all that? It was rigged. You was never going to win. How do I know that? Well, let me introduce you to the man who rigged it. An ex-cop by the name of Uncle Jerry. That's not his...
Now, I'm going to say, I want to hear this one because I used to play this all the time. Sherlock Holmes, girl, you got us going because we was like, what? That was a good story, though. That was a good story. But let's hear how the McDonald's Monopoly game was rigged, and then we're going to hear one more, and then we're going to end it.
Name, but you knew that. His name was Jerome Jacobson, but everybody called him Uncle Jerry. They said, hey, yo, Unc. He said, who that? They said, well, we're the Simon Marketing Agency. We heard you used to be police, so we'd like to hire you as our chief of security. You see, the Simon Marketing Agency was in charge of the Monopoly game for McDonald's. So they hired Uncle Jerry as their chief of security so he can guard the winning pieces. And Uncle Jerry was outstanding. He would follow employees to the bathroom, check their shoes, make sure there's no missing winning pieces, check everyone's bag before they went to work. At one point, he would peek over security guards and watch them type in their code like he was just joking. They'd be like, as they type in their code, he'd be like, you fired? You should not let me see that code. And that's when the Simon Marketing Agency and McDonald's had a problem. They began to trust him. They said, Jerry, you take your job seriously. He said, I know. They said, boy, you don't even smile. He said, I know. Jerry goes home. Goes to his brother-in-law. He said, what? I took one of them winning pieces from McDonald's. Them folk, trust me. I'm going to give it to you. You give me some of the money, and then we good. His brother-in-law said, why can't you just win? Jerry said, because if I win, it's going to be suspicious. His brother-in-law said, oh, you smart, Jerry. Boy, when we get this money, I'm finna tell everybody. Uncle Jerry said, ooh, perhaps I've done too much. Jerry realizes if he keeps giving prizes to people he knows, it's eventually gonna trace back to him. So Uncle Jerry begins to find people he trusts so they can give out the prizes for him. But those people he trusts start giving those prizes to people they know too. In fact, one of Uncle Jerry's middlemen, another dude named Jerry, starts taking the prizes his damn self. His wife said, Jerry, he said, not to be confused with Uncle Jerry. Yes, I'm the middleman, Jerry. She says, you keep getting these prizes from Uncle Jerry and then cashing them out yourself or getting your brother to cash them out. Ain't they gonna catch on to you? He said.
You know what? I always wondered about that. I've heard about the McDonald's Monopoly thing before. I think there is a documentary. I'm gonna go look it up.
Nah, man. They caught on. And here's where things start to get wicked. You see, at this point, the scam is huge. Uncle Jerry is passing it along to a bunch of middlemen. Those bunch of middlemen are passing them on to a bunch of other people. It's so big that one of the people talks. They call in the FBI and leave an anonymous tip. McDonald's Monopoly
It's always a snitch, ain't it?
game, a scam. Look into these people. The FBI agent said, who this? They said, you ever heard of an anonymous tip? Hangs up. The FBI does some digging, and lo and behold, all the winners pretty much know each other. They said, oh, McDonald's scamming. They call McDonald's. They said, you scamming. McDonald's said, no. We sell our food at legitimate prices. The FBI said, no, we talking about the Monopoly game. They said, oh. McDonald's said, man, we let the Simon Marketing Agency deal with all that. We just count the racks. FBI agent said, okay, well, it's a lot of money. And McDonald's said, boy, you know who we are? You think we care about some million here, million there?
Same
FBI said, that makes sense. They go over to the Simon Marketing Agency. Simon Marketing Agency said, look, everything we do is legit. This is Uncle Jerry. Uncle Jerry said, what's good? Cool as a fan. Remember, ex-police. He said, let me show you how I do things. Shows them the whole process. They say, that guy good. He don't even smile. He said, So the FBI is stuck. They go back to McDonald's. They say, look, you need to run another game. We gonna catch the winners in the act. McDonald's said, do whatever you want. All we do is talk money. FBI said, bet. This dude named Michael gets a ticket from Uncle Jerry. The FBI said, oh, we gonna deliver that prize personally. They bring a giant check to Michael, all dressed as McDonald's workers. They bring a camera crew, all that. They say, Michael, congratulations. He said, man, y'all didn't have to come all this way. They said, no, we wanted to. He said, bet, appreciate y'all. They put a wiretap on his phone. They leave. He picks up the phone. He said, boy, I can't believe them folk bought it. We scamming. The FBI said, gotcha. The FBI is able to connect all the dots and keep hearing one common name, Uncle Jerry. So they bring everyone in, around 50 people, including Uncle Jerry. Uncle Jerry said, Uncle Jerry don't do no talking. Uncle Jerry ex-police. Uncle Jerry gets a lawyer. Uncle Jerry's lawyer does all the talking. He said, first things first, look at Uncle Jerry. Uncle Jerry said, the FBI said, what that mean? Uncle Jerry's lawyer said, the only way you're going to get him to talk is if you give him a deal. The FBI said, Uncle Jerry. Uncle Jerry said, the FBI said, all right. Uncle Jerry tells them the only reason he started scamming in the first place is because remember that company he worked for, Simon Marketing? He said every time they ran the numbers and a winner from Canada would win, they would run the numbers again to ensure people from the USA won, because people from the USA spend more money on fast food. Meaning the Monopoly game for McDonald's was a scam, even without Uncle Jerry. McDonald's comes in and says, objection. It was Simon Marketing. We hired them and all that. In fact, we just fired them right now and we suing them. Simon Marketing slides in and says, suing us? We suing you. Wrongful termination. We did our job. We ain't know Uncle Jerry was doing all that. McDonald's said, objection. The judge said, McDonald's, open your ears, not your mouth. Give Simon Marketing $16 million. Shut up. Uncle Jerry, you get 3 years. That's a good amount of information. McDonald's said, hold on. You talking about the dude who stole $30 million from us? He only get 3 years? The judge said, well, he didn't technically steal $30 million. He stole about $12 million. The rest of the millions he gave to like other people, and they all free to go too. McDonald's said, they gonna run me that. That's my money. They gonna run me that. Judge said, boy, you ain't a girl, sister. Put your hand down. But everybody, give McDonald's back their money for real. About $100 a month for the rest of your life, which for all the money they stole and probably stashed away is pretty much nothing. The judge on top of that said, McDonald, this scam ran for 12 years under your watch. People thought they were gonna win. They got scammed. You on trial. This whole fiasco was going to be the worst look for McDonald's. The trial was set to start September 10th, 2001. Everybody was ready for the downfall of McDonald's, and then the next day happened, and something else took over the media. And McDonald's quietly gives away $10 million in prizes to make up for the past 12 years of Jerry taking like $30 million in prizes. As for Jerry retires. People believe he had a secret stack of cash that he saved, and he lived out the rest of his life. Hey, y'all remember?
Yo, I don't even think we need another story time after that. I don't even think we need that, because that right there, I never saw the documentary. I never heard this story before. The way he told it was phenomenal. And now I'm very upset because I used to, every time the Monopoly game came out, I was going to McDonald's, breakfast, lunch, not always dinner, but I was making sure I was getting me some pieces and I was collecting them, and I would always get free fries or a free sandwich or a free sundae or something like that, free ice cream cone. It was never any cash. They scammed us all. They got us all. Stay there.
What?
Just stay.
I gotta do the dishes.
Oh, just stay there though. Well, you guys, that's going to do it for tonight's broadcast. I know that this was way different than what we usually do, and this was the first time that I've ever done this, so I'm going to get better at it as I go. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I hope it was informative. I hope you were entertained. You know, real life can get really sticky sometimes. These cases, while heavy, they were hilarious. There's been hilarious moments as well. I promise that we will get back into some topics that y'all want to hear, but I am going to have a day. Yes, I'm going to pick maybe a day or two out the week where we dig into some real life stuff, and we'll talk about some stuff as well, because I thought about it. I can't just leave celebrity drama court docs alone like that. But if you want to follow media, the press box, please do so, because the press box is where we do gossip. That's where you're going to find your Krishan, your Blueface, your Cardi B, maybe even some Jim Jones and what he's got going on over there in New York. And that's where we're going to gossip at. Over here, we're going to deal with the court docs. We're going to deal with real life. We're going to deal with all of that stuff, celebrity docs, all of that. So it's going to be some transformation that happens over here, but I promise that I will do my best to keep you guys entertained. Tonight was the first go around. I think from now on, it will be one case at a time instead of a bunch of stuff at one time, unless it's something that all goes together. Like, for example, if I go to talk about the government shutdown, I'm going to talk about James Comey. I'm going to talk about the troops entering Illinois. So they all kind of mesh together, even though they're different topics. So yeah, but I appreciate y'all for tapping in and tuning in with your girl for the late night pour up. It is Thursday. You guys did not get a spiked coffee in the morning. I apologize. I'm going to get better and get back on track with things. Also, stay tuned, because we will be sharing some stories, some real life stories on people who were unjustly sentenced. I will also be starting a Patreon very, very soon. So if you're interested in finding out what it's like for our family to deal with our loved one being incarcerated for the past 10 years, what we're doing to try to help him, you will be able to follow that Patreon. But I will let you know that that Patreon is not going to be like the regular subscriptions. But thank you so much for tapping in and tuning in. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you for all of the support. And I